Stellantis has just slashed car prices by an insane 60%, which no one could have predicted was possible. Customers are in disbelief, and competitors are scrambling as a result of this seismic shift in the automotive industry, which goes beyond a simple sale. SUVs and trucks that were formerly considered luxury. The prices at which investments are currently being offered are astounding. However, why is Stellantis acting in such a drastic manner? What's the catch? What effects will this have on buyers, sellers, and even rival businesses? Above all, what effects does this have on you? What's going on? Imagine entering a dealership ready to deal with the typical stress of car shopping. Exorbitant costs, little opportunity for haggling, and the depressing thought that perhaps now isn't the right time to buy. Now picture yourself entering that same dealership lot and being astounded by the prices. A brand new Ram 1500 for almost half the price it usually costs. A Jeep Grand Cherokee that is less expensive than many used cars and still fits within your budget. Stellantis has made it a reality, even though it sounds too good to be true. This isn't a one-time marketing gimmick or seasonal promotion. Stellantis has reduced prices by up to 60% on all of their products. Once considered status symbols for those with high incomes, trucks and SUVs are now affordable for regular consumers. The worst part is that these aren't old, unpopular models being discarded. We are discussing flagship cars, the kind that people aspire to own. For many years, automakers used high sticker prices to give the impression that their vehicles were exclusive and that buyers were paying for status. Stellantis has defied that reasoning, demonstrating that high-end cars don't always have to cost a premium. This is a bold statement that is reverberating throughout the automotive industry, not just a price reduction. And here's why it matters. This is a revolutionary move that has the potential to permanently change the way we think about purchasing a car. However, why would Stellantis make such a daring and apparently dangerous move? A problem that has been accumulating for years holds the key to the solution, converting overproduction into possibilities. Can a company as a whole be saved by transforming a crisis into a sales boom? For many years, overproduction has been a silent killer in the automotive sector. A perfect storm of monetary losses and logistical challenges arises when factories produce more cars than the market requires. With dealership lots bursting at the seams with unsold inventory, Stellantis was caught in the middle of this storm. This issue has its origins in the pandemic. Disruptions to global supply chains made it difficult for automakers to meet changing demand. The market had changed by the time production resumed, leaving manufacturers with too many cars and fewer consumers prepared to buy. Like many of its rivals, Stellantis was left with thousands of trucks and SUVs sitting around doing nothing, each of which was a depreciating asset. Imagine rows of Jeep Wranglers and Ram 1500 parked in storage lots, their value steadily declining. Stellantis saw this as an opportunity that was just waiting to be taken advantage of, not just a problem. They took a risky move rather than gradually lowering car prices or stopping production to allow demand to catch up. They drastically cut prices rather than merely lowering them. Desperation was not the driving force behind this action. It was a well-thought-out plan to move the narrative, draw in customers, and clear out inventory. Stellantis transformed what might have been a financial catastrophe into a competitive advantage by providing enormous discounts. They have demonstrated that on occasion, facing a crisis head-on with courage and ingenuity is the best course of action. This is about changing the rules of the game, not just about selling cars. However, what does this signify for the typical consumer? The response is a once-in-a-lifetime chance. The windfall for consumers. What if you upgraded your car and it ended up saving you money and changing the definition of value in the automotive industry? For many Americans, purchasing a new car felt unattainable for years. Sticker prices for trucks and SUVs skyrocketed above $50,000, leaving buyers with little choice but to buy a used car, push their budgets to uncomfortably high limits, or wait to buy. However, Stellantis' revolutionary price reductions have abruptly altered the market by making high-end cars affordable for regular consumers. For instance, the Ram 1500 is a truck renowned for its comfort, performance, and longevity. This iconic vehicle is now offered for prices starting in the low $20,000 range under Stellantis' new pricing strategy. It is among the best value options available on the market right now, because it costs less than half what it did a year ago. Similar in price is the Dodge Durango, a family-friendly SUV renowned for its strength, roominess, and adaptability. Even high-end models like the Jeep Grand Cherokee Trailhawk, with its sophisticated interior, cutting-edge technology, and exceptional off-road capabilities, are now within the reach of consumers who previously believed they could only imagine owning one. This is beneficial for more than just first-time purchasers seeking affordability. Families can now upgrade to safer, more dependable cars without breaking the bank. Owners of small businesses that depend on reliable trucks and SUVs to expand their operations can increase the size of their fleets without breaking the bank. Even enthusiasts can now realize their long-held dreams of owning expensive trims with cutting-edge features. Furthermore, the advantages extend beyond the dealership. Reduced purchase costs result in smaller loans, lower interest rates, and much cheaper insurance rates. These financial benefits can accumulate over time, making the choice to purchase now not only alluring but also wise with money. Customers who take advantage of this historic price change now will reap the rewards for years to come. This is an opportunity that is changing the way Americans view car ownership, not just a sale. It's a unique opportunity to get better value for your money than ever before. However, as consumers rejoice over this momentous occasion, the rest of the industry is frantically trying to adjust to Stellantis' audacious and revolutionary strategy. There is no doubt that the automotive industry may never be the same. Effects on the industry. Stellantis turned the entire industry upside down. In addition to cutting prices, automakers like Ford and General Motors have been using the same business strategy for decades. Establish a brand centered on exclusivity, quality, and innovation, then charge a premium price to match. Customers began to assume that purchasing a high-end truck or SUV would come with a high cost. That expectation has been shattered by Stellantis. The industry has been rocked by the 60% price reductions, which have done more than just clear Stellantis' lots. Ford's F-Series pickups, which have long been regarded as the best, are now up against fierce competition from Ram 1500s, which are almost half as expensive. With the Chevrolet Silverado and GMC Sierra models, General Motors must now choose between following Stellantis' example and risking losing market share to these unbeatable offers. This is more than just a war of prices. Additionally, Stellantis is altering how dealerships function. Dealerships used to have a lot of control over prices, which caused buyers to have inconsistent experiences. However, Stellantis has implemented stringent pricing guidelines to guarantee that all discounts are the same. By doing this, the back-and-forth haggling process that many buyers dread is eliminated, making the car buying process more transparent and alluring. Now, other automakers must either catch up to Stellantis' new affordability and transparency standards or risk falling behind. Beyond price, there are other repercussions. In light of Stellantis' audacious move, marketing strategies, production procedures, and consumer trust are all being re-examined. This is not merely a Stellantis tale. Rather, it marks the start of a revolution that has the potential to completely alter the auto industry. Can Stellantis maintain this momentum then? What will happen to the auto industry next? Strategic discounts power. Cutting prices involves changing an entire business model, not just selling cars. Discounts are frequently employed as temporary tactics to increase sales or get rid of outdated inventory. Stellantis, however, is changing the rules of the game in addition to lowering prices. A 60% price cut is a strategic move intended to control the market and alter customer expectations rather than a random choice. Think about this. Stellantis could have used the industry-standard gradual price reduction techniques to gradually reduce the price of older models. They decided to go big instead. By lowering the price of well-known models like the Jeep Grand Cherokee and Ram 1500, Stellantis made sure they would make news, take center stage in discussions, and, most importantly, overrun their dealerships with customers. Inventory clearance is only one aspect of this strategy. It denotes a daring, customer-focused strategy that questions established ideas of brand value. In the past, automakers used premium pricing to convey prestige and quality. By shattering this stereotype, Stellantis is drawing in a new clientele that might have previously given other brands some thought. It is impossible to overestimate the psychological impact of these discounts. These cars are now seen as fantastic deals by buyers who might have been hesitant in the past. The market has been revitalized by the appeal of owning a brand new, premium truck or SUV for a significantly lower price. Creating a sense of urgency and redefining what customers expect when they think of value are more important goals here than merely selling cars. However, Stellantis is changing the way dealerships function rather than merely offering discounts to attract customers. Implementing dealer compliance. If customers never notice a discount, what good is it? Stellantis is ensuring that nobody is left behind. Automakers and dealerships have always had a complicated relationship. Historically, dealerships would determine the final pricing after manufacturers set suggested retail prices. Customers had a disjointed and uneven purchasing experience as a result, with some paying significantly more for the same car than others. In order to clear up any confusion, Stellantis is taking action. Dealerships are required to adhere to the advertised prices in accordance with the stringent new policies that Stellantis has implemented. This ensures that every buyer is able to take advantage of the significant price reductions. This is not merely a recommendation. No, it is a requirement. It has already been demonstrated that Stellantis, because of their willingness to revoke franchise agreements from dealerships that do not comply with the program. When it comes to the automotive industry, where dealerships have traditionally held a significant amount of pricing power, this level of enforcement is unprecedented. In the context of dealerships, this presents both a challenge and an opportunity. Even though they lose some control over pricing, they are able to gain access to a large number of new customers who are drawn in by the aggressive discounts offered by Stellantis. The pricing model's transparency and consistency also contribute to the development of trust, which eliminates the frustration that customers frequently experience when attempting to navigate the opaque pricing practices of dealerships. In addition, Stellantis has implemented incentives for dealerships that comply with the company's policies and perform well. There are a number of ways in which Stellantis is rewarding dealerships that are in alignment with their vision. Some of these ways include providing marketing support, streamlined inventory restocking processes, and bonuses for reaching sales targets. This strategy ensures that dealerships have the feeling that they are supported while they are adjusting to these significant changes. This is a streamlined and transparent buying process that builds trust and drives sales, which is a win-win situation for both buyers and dealerships. The competition, on the other hand, is feeling the heat as dealerships adjust to the bold moves that Stellantis has made. How do other automobile manufacturers react to this? In an effort to react, competitors scramble. Stellantis has just begun a pricing war. The question is whether or not the competition can afford to join in. In spite of the fact that the automotive industry is no stranger to competition, Stellantis's 60% price cuts have presented a challenge that very few people anticipated happening. Automakers such as Ford, General Motors, and Toyota are currently confronted with a challenging choice. Either they must match the aggressive pricing of Stellantis, or they risk losing customers in droves. Ford, for example, has been the undisputed leader in the truck market for a very long time with its F-Series lineup. Nevertheless, when a comparable Ram 1500 is being sold for a significantly lower price, even the most devoted Ford customers might start to reevaluate their choices. In a similar vein, General Motors, which has relied on the popularity of its Chevrolet Silverado and GMC Sierra models, is experiencing pressure to justify the higher prices of their vehicles. Toyota, which is well known for its dependability and longevity, has historically relied less on aggressive pricing strategies rather than aggressive pricing strategies. The move made by Stellantis, on the other hand, has compelled them to reconsider. Their pickup trucks, such as the Toyota Tacoma and Tundra, are now competing in a market where consumers are demanding more value for the money they spend. Rather than merely lowering prices, this is about rethinking the strategies that are being used. The bold move made by Stellantis has brought to light inefficiencies that are characteristic of conventional production and pricing models. Automobile manufacturers need to investigate new ways to cut costs without compromising quality in order to remain competitive. There are some businesses that are concentrating their efforts on providing customer retention strategies such as loyalty programs, extended warranties, or additional incentives. Other companies are increasing their production of entry-level models in order to provide options that are more affordable. However, it is not an easy task to match the 60% price cuts that Stellantis has implemented without having a significant impact on profit margins. Stellantis has demonstrated that this is more than just a pricing war. It is a battle for the hearts and wallets of consumers, and they have set a very high bar for themselves. During the time that competitors are frantically trying to adjust, customers find themselves in an unexpected position. They are in control of everything. A shift in the power of consumers. When it comes to the market for automobiles, the buyer is in the driver's seat for the first time in 4 decades. Since the beginning, the market for automobiles has been driven by sellers. These terms were established by automobile manufacturers, and customers had little choice but to accept the prices that were offered. This dynamic has been flipped by Stellantis, which has created a buyer's market in which customers have more options, better prices, and greater transparency. Customers have gained unprecedented access to automobiles that were previously out of their price range as a result of these price reductions. There is something for everyone, whether it be a family looking for a spacious SUV, a contractor looking for a dependable truck, or a first-time buyer looking for an affordable vehicle, because Stellantis' strategy ensures that there is something for everyone. It is not just Stellantis dealerships that are affected by the ripple effects. In an effort to maintain their position in the market, competitors are introducing more aggressive promotions, rebates, and financing options. In the past, it was nearly unheard of for buyers to have the ability to shop around, compare offers, and demand better deals. Today, buyers have this ability. Because of Stellantis' commitment to transparency, the process of purchasing a car has become significantly less stressful. When it comes to prices, the days of haggling over them or worrying about hidden fees are long gone. There is now a sense of assurance among customers that the price they see is the price they will actually pay. This shift is not just about affordability. It is also about trust, which is something that many buyers felt was lacking from the experience of purchasing a car. Not only is now an excellent time to purchase a vehicle, but it is also a watershed moment in terms of how we think about being a car owner. Nevertheless, the question that needs to be answered is whether or not Stellantis is capable of maintaining this strategy over the long term, and what this implies for the future of the automotive industry. Where things start to get even more interesting is at this point. The dangers that Stellantis is investing in customers would be thrilled to hear that prices have been reduced by 60%. However, what is the price of Stellantis? Taking such a daring approach to pricing presents Stellantis with a number of potential dangers. However, the long-term implications could reshape the company's financial landscape and its position in the industry. While the immediate impact is obvious, which includes flooding dealerships with buyers and clearing inventory, the long-term implications could be significant. The impact on profit margins is the first and most obvious risk that could manifest itself. Automakers rely on the high margins that they generate from the sales of trucks and SUVs in order to compensate for the high costs of research and development, as well as production. Having such a significant reduction in prices may be beneficial in terms of clearing out inventory, but it also reduces margins. Despite the fact that Stellantis has reassured investors that this is a short-term strategy designed to stabilize operations, critics are concerned about the potential financial strain that could occur if the move does not result in sustained growth in market share or increased brand loyalty. The way consumers perceive the brand is yet another significant risk. Stellantis's automobiles, particularly its Ram and Jeep lineups, were considered to be premium offerings for a considerable amount of time, and their prices reflected this perception. Stellantis runs the risk of devaluing the prestige that is associated with its products if it implements a significant reduction in prices. The question is whether or not a Ram 1500 will still have the same cachet, if purchasers are aware that it was sold at a price that was a fraction of its previous price. The maintenance of an image of exclusivity is frequently just as important as the delivery of quality for premium brands, and it may be difficult for Stellantis to find a balance between the two. In addition to that, there is the question of whether or not this strategy can be maintained over time. What happens when the initial excitement dies down? Despite the fact that the price reductions have attracted a substantial number of purchasers, will it be possible for Stellantis to keep up the momentum of their sales without having to resort to additional discounts? In the event that the company decides to raise prices to the levels they were at before the discount, will customers lose trust in the brand or view it as inconsistent? The potential for short-term increases in sales volume may be outweighed by the potential for long-term damage to consumer confidence. There is a significant wager that Stellantis has placed on its capacity to reimagine the market. However, it is not yet clear whether or not this wager will be profitable. During the time that Stellantis is struggling to overcome these obstacles, the industry as a whole is going through its own transformation, which was initially sparked by this radical move. In the meantime, other automobile manufacturers are keeping a close eye on the situation, evaluating their responses, and getting ready for a market that might never be the same again. The future of the industry is entirely dependent on the outcome of this situation, and the stakes could not be higher. Because of the collapse of the market for used vehicles. When the price of brand new trucks is lower than the price of their used counterparts, what happens? Both chaos and opportunity are present. As a result of Stellantis's unprecedented price cuts, the used vehicle market, which was previously thought of as a safe haven for buyers who were worried about their finances, has been thrown into disarray. Trucks and SUVs, which have historically maintained their value exceptionally well, are currently experiencing a rate of depreciation that is unprecedented. Consider a buyer who, just 2 years ago, spent $45,000 on a Ram 1500. Just 2 years ago, this buyer purchased the vehicle. It is possible that a brand new model will sell for $25,000 today, which means that a used vehicle will have a difficult time attracting buyers, even if it is offered at a significant discount. Due to the fact that this change has caused shockwaves to travel throughout the market, private sellers and dealerships are currently attempting to adjust. On the other hand, the collapse of the used market is extremely detrimental to private sellers. Many people are discovering that their automobiles, which were once regarded as valuable assets, are now worth a fraction of what they anticipated they would be worth. This is especially distressing for individuals who purchased pickup trucks or sport utility vehicles, SUVs, during the pandemic, when prices were at an all-time high. Now they are stuck with automobiles that are losing value at a rate that is greater than the rate at which they can sell them. Used car dealerships are also feeling the pressure as a result of the current market conditions. As a result of the affordability of new pickup trucks and sport utility vehicles, SUVs, a significant number of buyers are avoiding used options entirely. There are now vehicles that are sitting on lots for months, which is causing carrying costs to accumulate and eating away at profits. Previously, these vehicles moved quickly. On the other hand, the collapse of the used market presents buyers with a magnificent opportunity. Customers who are concerned about their financial situation can now find incredible deals on both new and used automobiles. In particular, first-time buyers are reaping the benefits of the increased affordability, as they are now finally able to purchase high-quality pickup trucks and sport utility vehicles, SUVs, that were previously out of their price range. This is not just a step in the right direction for purchasers. Rather, it is a complete reorganization of the automotive market, with opportunities at every turn. Stellantis' influence, however, is not limited to the pricing of products. Additionally, it is causing a shift in the manner in which automobiles are sold, compelling dealerships to reconsider their strategy. The process of redesigning the dealership business. Hello, and welcome to the new dealership model that Stellantis has introduced. Gone are the days of haggling and hidden fees. Since the beginning of time, the dealership experience has been a source of annoyance for prospective purchasers. Since the beginning of time, the process of purchasing a car has been characterized by opaque pricing, aggressive upselling, and endless negotiations. In this case, Stellantis is flipping that model on its corner. Through the implementation of stringent pricing policies across its entire network, Stellantis has established a shopping experience that is both transparent and consistent for customers. When you go shopping, the price that you see is the price that you pay. There is no room for negotiation, and there are no surprises. The implementation of this strategy not only fosters trust among purchasers, but it also ensures that all dealerships are competing on an equal footing, thereby ensuring that everyone is on equal footing. In an effort to further improve the overall quality of the purchasing experience, Stellantis has implemented cutting-edge features at its dealerships. The process has become more convenient than it has ever been before, thanks to the availability of online scheduling for test drives, virtual showrooms, and even options for home delivery. Customers are able to investigate automobiles without having to leave the convenience of their own homes, easily compare different models and prices, and complete their purchases without having to physically visit a dealership. Because younger buyers place a higher value on convenience and transparency than they do on traditional sales tactics, these changes are particularly appealing to younger buyers. Through the implementation of a contemporary dealership experience, Stellantis is not only appealing to the buyers of today, but it is also establishing a benchmark for the future. In addition, dealerships are adjusting to this new model right now. Those who have embraced the vision of Stellantis are flourishing, as they are reaping the benefits of increased sales and robust support from the automobile manufacturer. On the other hand, dealerships that are resistant to change run the risk of losing their franchise agreements, as Stellantis has made it abundantly clear that compliance is not something that can be negotiated. Stellantis is not simply in the business of selling automobiles. Rather, it is building a streamlined, stress-free experience that buyers can rely on. However, Stellantis is not only redefining the dealership experience, but it is also reshaping the future of innovation in the automotive industry, establishing a foundation for innovation. By lowering prices, Stellantis is not only paving the way for the next generation of automotive technology, but it is also lowering prices. Stellantis is making bold moves in the realm of innovation, despite the fact that the majority of the attention associated with the company's strategy has been focused on the pricing of its products. Stellantis is establishing itself as a frontrunner in the movement toward greener and more sustainable modes of transportation by making significant investments in hybrid and electric vehicles. The company's flagship models, such as the Jeep Wrangler 4AX and the Ram 1500 REV, are already making waves in the electric vehicle market. The Stellantis brand is known for its exceptional performance and durability, and these vehicles offer cutting-edge electric technology in addition to performance, offers purchasers the best of both worlds. These cutting-edge automobiles are now more accessible than they have ever been before, as a result of the aggressive pricing strategy employed by the company. In addition, Stellantis is investigating possible new technologies that could improve the overall driving experience. Stellantis is at the forefront of various innovations in the automotive industry, including advanced safety features, navigation systems powered by artificial intelligence, and vehicle-to-grid technology that enables electric vehicles to share electricity with the power grid. On the other hand, innovation is not only about technological advancement, it also involves sustainability. In an effort to lessen the amount of waste produced, Stellantis is embracing the principles of the circular economy and concentrating on recycling and reusing vehicle components. Additionally, the company is working to localize its supply chains in order to reduce the negative impact that production has on the environment, while simultaneously creating employment opportunities in the communities that it serves. It is not enough for Stellantis to simply adjust to the future. The company is also shaping it, one innovation at a time. The automotive industry is about to enter a new era, and Stellantis is laying the groundwork for it with aggressive moves like these. With that being said, what does this imply for its rivals, as well as for customers like yourself? This is the point at which the story becomes even more intriguing. Having an effect on competitors that is ripple. How does it play out when a single company decides to rewrite the rules? In an effort to keep up, the rest of the industry is working hard. In the automotive industry, the bold pricing strategy implemented by Stellantis has caused shockwaves to be sent through the industry, compelling competitors to reevaluate their approaches. Automobile manufacturers such as Ford, General Motors, and Toyota are now in a position that they never anticipated. They are reacting to Stellantis rather than leading the market. Over the course of many years, these businesses relied on the perception that premium pricing was associated with quality. The Ford F-Series truck or the Chevrolet Silverado was more than just a vehicle. It was a manifestation of one's personality. Buyers paid top dollar for these models, confident in the knowledge that they were purchasing the very best that the industry had to offer at the time with their purchase. This notion has been disproved by Stellantis, which has demonstrated that high-quality pickup trucks and sport utility vehicles, SUVs, can be sold at a fraction of the price. Specifically, Ford has had a difficult time acting in response. Stellantis' aggressive price cuts have put the company's F-Series lineup, which has been the fastest-selling truck in the United States for decades, in jeopardy of losing its dominant position in the market. Ford, which is facing the possibility of losing market share, has started offering significant rebates and financing incentives in an effort to entice customers to return to the company. On the other hand, these moves come with their own set of challenges, as they reduce profit margins that were already quite slim. General Motors, on the other hand, has adopted a different strategy. As an alternative to lowering prices completely, the company has increased the emphasis placed on its customer loyalty programs by providing extended warranties and free maintenance packages in an effort to keep its existing customer base. However, despite the fact that these benefits are appealing, they do not address the fundamental problem, which is that Stellantis is selling comparable vehicles at a price that is thousands of dollars lower. It is even Toyota, which is well known for its dependability and value over the long term, that is feeling the heat. In a market where consumers are placing a higher value on affordability than they do on brand loyalty, the Tacoma and Tundra models of the company are now competing with one another. Toyota has responded to the situation by increasing production of its entry-level trims and investigating ways to reduce costs throughout its supply chain. Stellantis is at the forefront of this conflict, which is not simply a competitive pricing war but rather a fight for the future of the industry as a whole. However, the influence of Stellantis is not limited to its rivals. It is also reshaping the way in which customers think about purchasing electric vehicles. A brand new era of expectations from customers. When customers experience value and transparency, for the first time, there is no turning back. For a long time, the automotive market has been dominated by opaque pricing and complicated financing, which has left many buyers feeling frustrated, disempowered, and uncertain about whether or not they were getting a fair deal. That script has been turned upside down by Stellantis, which is providing unprecedented levels of transparency and value, thereby establishing a new benchmark for the industry and revolutionizing the process of purchasing a vehicle at the same time. One of the most important aspects of this change is Stellantis' dedication to maintaining consistent pricing. There is no longer any need for purchasers to be concerned about unexpected charges, aggressive upselling strategies, or hidden fees. It does not matter whether the buyer is located in a bustling metropolitan area or a small rural town. The price that is advertised is the price that is paid. This method not only contributes to the development of trust, but it also removes the anxiety and uncertainty that are typically associated with the process of purchasing a vehicle. There will be significant repercussions as a result of this. Transparency. Because consumers are becoming more demanding of transparency, equity, and uniformity, other automobile manufacturers are being compelled to move in the same direction. In the past, dealerships frequently relied on ambiguous pricing structures in order to maximize profits and take advantage of the uncertainty that buyers experienced. Now that consumers are aware that Stellantis has demonstrated a more advantageous method for them to acquire automobiles, they are taking a stand against the company. In addition to the price, Stellantis has also raised the bar in terms of the affordability of their products. There were times when the concept of owning a brand new pickup truck or sport utility vehicle was an unattainable dream for many buyers. This narrative has been altered as a result of Stellantis' 60% price reductions, which have made higher quality, more dependable automobiles available to a significantly larger audience. This shift has not only resulted in an expansion of the market, but it has also fundamentally reshaped the expectations of consumers regarding what they should receive for the money that they have worked so hard to earn. Stellantis is not only about selling automobiles, it is also about empowering customers and redefining the standards that are used in the automotive industry. Across the board, This is a significant step forward for the industry. If this is the case, what does it imply for the future of car ownership and the competition between automobile manufacturers? The bold strategy that Stellantis has adopted has implications that extend far beyond the current market. It has paved the way for a new era in the manner in which automobiles are sold, purchased, and valued. Efforts made to promote environmental sustainability and electricity. Stellantis is making preparations for the long haul, with affordability in automobiles today and sustainable mobility in the future. Not only does Stellantis's aggressive pricing strategy aim to increase the number of vehicles it sells, but it also aims to pave the way for a more environmentally friendly future for the automotive industry. By lowering the prices of its pickup trucks and sport utility vehicles, SUVs, Stellantis is paving the way for customers to make the switch to hybrid and electric vehicles as these technologies become more widely adopted. The investment that Stellantis has made in electrification is one of the most significant moving parts of the company. Models such as the Jeep Wrangler 4xe and the Ram 1500 REV are at the forefront of this movement. These vehicles combine the performance and dependability that Stellantis is famous for, with some of the most advanced electric technology currently available. Buyers can get a glimpse of what the future has in store for them with these vehicles, which are powerful, efficient, and as well as transportation that is friendly to the environment. The fact that these cutting-edge models are more reasonably priced is a significant contributor to their success. Stellantis is removing one of the most significant obstacles to consumers' adoption of electric vehicles and hybrids by offering competitive pricing for both types of vehicles. EVs were considered to be luxury items for a number of years, and the average buyer was unable to afford them. This perception is being challenged by Stellantis, which demonstrates that going green does not necessarily mean exhausting one's financial resources. In addition to the automobiles it produces, Stellantis is increasingly concentrating on environmentally responsible production methods. By implementing measures such as lowering emissions at its manufacturing facilities and obtaining materials in a responsible manner, the company is integrating sustainability into its core identity. This commitment not only attracts customers who are environmentally conscious, but also establishes a standard for the industry as a whole. In addition to selling automobiles, Stellantis is also selling a vision of a more environmentally friendly and cleaner future. However, as Stellantis continues to lead the charge towards sustainability, another question arises. How will these changes have an effect on the economy as a whole? Repercussions of the economic ripple. Stellantis' strategy is reshaping the economy in a variety of ways, including the innovative supply chain and the creation of new jobs. The pricing strategy that Stellantis is implementing is having a significant impact not only on the automotive market, but it is also having an impact on the economy as a whole in ways that are both profound and unexpected. Job creation has been one of the effects that has been felt most immediately. New opportunities are being created at Stellantis' manufacturing facilities as the company increases production in order to satisfy the surge in demand that has been brought about by the company's price reductions. Because of Stellantis' expansion of its operations, states such as Michigan and Ohio, which have been regarded for a long time as the center of the automotive industry in the United States, are experiencing a resurgence of economic activity and investment. This expansion is not confined to the Stellantis region. Across the entire supply chain, from the manufacturers of components to the providers of logistics services, the ripple effects are being felt. Communities all over the country are experiencing economic growth and the creation of new jobs as a result of the surge in demand that is being experienced by businesses that provide support to the automotive industry. On the other hand, this expansion is accompanied by difficulties. On supply chains that were already under strain as a result of the pandemic, the rapid increase in production has added additional pressure. Because of the high demand for materials, such as steel, lithium, and cobalt, it will be essential for Stellantis and its competitors to ensure that they have a consistent supply of these materials. A shift in consumer spending is another significant economic impact that has occurred. Today, household budgets are being reallocated as a result of an increase in the number of buyers who are able to afford new vehicles. In the past, families would spend years saving up for a new car, but now they have the opportunity to invest in other priorities, such as education or improvements to their homes. As a result of this redistribution of spending, new opportunities for growth are being created in other areas of the economy. Not only is Stellantis influencing the manner in which we purchase automobiles, but it is also driving economic transformation on every level. As we continue to look into the future, the question that remains is whether or not Stellantis will be able to keep its momentum going, and what this will mean for the future of mobility. A paradigm shift has occurred in the automotive industry as a result of Stellantis' unprecedented 60% price reductions. This audacious strategy has had an undeniable impact, as evidenced by the fact that it has redefined affordability, challenged competitors, and reshape the future of environmentally responsible transportation. In any case, what does this imply for you? Do you feel prepared to make the most of these once-in-a-lifetime opportunities? How do you think other automakers will be able to compete with the game-changing approach that Stellantis is taking? Or do you anticipate challenges in the future that have the potential to further reorient the industry? We are eager to gain your feedback. You are welcome to leave your questions, thoughts, and opinions in the comments section below. In what ways do you believe this move will influence the future of purchasing automobiles? Can you anticipate that it will have an impact on your choice the next time you are in the market for a vehicle? Just let us know. In addition, while you are at it, make sure to click the like button and subscribe to our channel so that you are never left out of the loop regarding our most recent updates. Due to the rapid pace of change in the automobile industry, it is imperative that you remain one step ahead of the competition. We appreciate you taking the time to watch, and we hope to see you in the next video.